Hello. So, if you didn't see my short, we have a new garden puppy. This is Phoebe. Hi, sweetheart. She's gonna be a good girl. I mean, probably not, but we are now at our August garden tour. Everything has filled up real nicely around here. What's wrong with you? Let me take you around. So this will just be quick. There's not a whole lot to tell you here. Our celery is pretty much good. We are going to come in and blanch it soon. So if you haven't seen my video in the past, I have a whole tutorial on how to do it. It's where we're going to use newspaper. You can use cardboard, tack paper, whatever, and you bunch them together. You tie them. This stops the so basically like the photosynthesis to the bottom of the plant. It helps form them together, and it gets rid of like that bitter celery taste and makes it just a little bit sweeter. So we've got green onions. I'm about to actually harvest these down. If you don't know, you can take the green onion all the way down to the bottom, and then they will regrow. So if you lived in a warmer climate like California or Florida, whatever, you could constantly have green onion over and over again. I don't have that long of a season. I usually get 2 snips out of them. But yeah, snip them down and they will regrow. Strawberries. So this whole bed next year, I'm pretty sure, with the exception of the asparagus that's over here, because I do have an asparagus patch at the end of the bed here, but the rest of the bed, I think I'm going to do strawberries. Reason being, his little miss over here is a fruitaholic. We're actually going to add some blueberry bushes, I think, on this property. I don't think I'm going to do raspberries. We don't like none of the people in the house like raspberries. So I don't think I want to take that type of space on my property for things that only the dog likes when I have so many local farms around me. I live in Ontario's garden here in Norfolk County, so I think I do want to make this entire bed strawberries. The other option I do have is making the original pollinator garden. I thought about maybe making that a whole strawberry patch. The problem with that spot over there is it's right by the shed, and we sometimes get mice in our shed. I feed the birds, as you can see, so it could be like a problem with the birds. So I don't want to put it in a spot that's just going to get ravished by other pests. I want to actually enjoy my strawberries. So this might be the spot. It's just, my struggle with this is the highest bed in our yard. It's the deepest bed in the yard because our land is graded. So once you get to the back, it's just a single pane bed, whereas here is a double pane. So this is the deepest spot. So this is the best for like your carrots, anything that grows underground, your roots, your, beets, that type of thing. But anyways, we're going to move along because I'll just chat forever. Zucchini. So I have so many zucchini in the house. Like, I have already made zucchini bread jam, which you guys will see next week. I have made zucchini breads. I have made 3 batches of zucchini relish. I've preserved it, I've freezed it, and I still have it coming out the wazoo. Now, I am going to get rid of these plants, I think. They're completely coming out of the garden, and I have this really bad habit. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but I have this really bad habit of saving crops that are like on their last legs, because if you come in here and look, like, they're on their last legs. I'm pretty sure I seen squash bugs in here yesterday, but I'm like, oh, they've still got like a little bit of fruit coming out. Like, they still got little ones coming. So I gotta keep it, I gotta get that last zucchini instead of just taking my loss, taking the zucchini what it is. And then I would have an entire half of this bed to get a good fall crop of something, whether that be beets, radishes, whatever. So yeah, I am horrible for that. Like I said, I will just keep this forever to keep getting that one little last zucchini, even though the plant's dying and it's infested, just to get that last fruit. And it's like, I'm not doing that this year. Tomorrow, or maybe Wednesday, these are going to come out. Anyways, moving along, next door. This trellis has worked phenomenal this year. I don't know if you can see it now. I'm sorry. I'm getting like, hey! Okay, so we're having a problem with this. Everywhere I have had to put these like fences, like everywhere. My entire garden. Okay, give me one sec. This has been a struggle, training a dog, a brand new baby, not to destroy when you're in like mid-crop, mid-season. All of my other dogs that I have had have been like fall dogs or winter dogs, whatever. And we had time to like train them. This one came right in the middle of everything. So she's just on a destructive warpath. So anyways, I took a bamboo stick. You can't really see it, but it's a bamboo stick and it is holding a piece of hog panel. And this has been a fantastic, cheap and easy way to trellis my cucumbers. In the past, I have used tomato cages and have grown them up like the tomato cage. It's okay, but this has been phenomenal. This has given it room to I'm gonna kill you. This is gonna give it room to, it's given it room to spread. It's given it room to go up. And I have had some of the healthiest fruit I've ever had. And it's so much easier to access, like picking it there as opposed to like digging through the trenches to find it. It makes it easier for the pollinators to get to. All in all, a good setup. Next door, we've got carrots, or what I should say, what's left of the carrots. All in behind here was that couch grass that grew. I pull it and a lot of the carrots came with it. Also, a lot of the bunnies got to it. If you guys don't remember, we had a bunny problem. But my beans next door, they bounced back really, really well. Like, look at the beans here. I have got tons of beans. We've already harvested a bunch. I've made pickled beans, dilly beans, which are flying off the shelf, side note. But I continuously get new growth every day. There's always beans in here. Every day I can come out and get a meal. So that's been really awesome that they made a comeback after battling earwigs, bunnies. The first planting, they took it right down and I had no beans. Had to use the laundry basket system. I showed you that in a short, and now here we are. Moving over here, my peppers. Let me see if I can. It was really nice weather, and now all of a sudden we have the sun just blaring down. But I have peppers. This is like what I was going for last year. I wanted an entire bed of peppers. We had a lot of problems last year with getting peppers to germinate, keeping the plants alive. But this year I have got what I wanted and I got all of these peppers. I have peppers upon peppers, upon peppers, upon peppers. Whoop. Like just coming out from everywhere. Hello. Hi. So anyways, in behind it, I used 2 T-posts, more hog panel, and I am trellising up honey nut squash. We're kind of slow in that department from what I have found in recent years. But if you take a look, we do have a little bit of squashies on there, so I'm super excited for that. Next door, tomatoes. Let me back it up. Woo! The tomatoes. Okay, so we have a problem with tomatoes every single year. And it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. I always plant them too close. I always let the indeterminates go wild. This year I decided not to prune and just see what happened. This is what happened. So there is a trellis at the very back. So what had happened, if you've seen my last garden tour, the tomatoes were trellising nicely up the back. In front of it, I had a whole section of garlic and a whole section of onions. Those are in the house drying now. Those were super successful. But the minute I pulled those out, it's almost like those were holding the tomatoes back. Now everything's spilling forward, which is a little problematic considering I did plant a fall crop of beets down here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come, because we have so much fruit on here. We have just clusters and clusters of the cherry tomatoes. I have the super sweet 100s, and I'm using those to make the feta. So if you ever seen on TikTok, you do the block of feta with a bunch of cherry tomatoes, drizzle some olive oil, and it makes like this feta pasta sauce. We did that last year, and then we froze a bunch. It was phenomenal to have all summer. I don't know if there's a safe way to can that. I'm going to assume not with that cheese, but anyways, I have clusters and clusters of those tomatoes. I have a ton of these, I believe these are the black Krim, because we absolutely love the black Krim. Tons of fruit, but I think I'm going to come through, cut some loss, and just trim this up a little bit. Otherwise, these beets aren't really going to get, because there's actually, I've been harvesting off of it all year. There's actually basil in here too, right in the middle, because this was my quote-unquote salsa garden, because I had the tomatoes, the onions, the basil, and the garlic in here. What are we doing? We're supposed to be learning. You're not being swell on camera. Oh, there's only one of me out here today. It's really difficult when it's one-on-one to do anything. So this has also gotten out of control. I need to do something with this next year. I hate this. It's what I wanted in terms of like having lots of herbs and spices. I have accomplished that. We've got your stevia plants. I'm going to start harvesting off those and get those drying. It's like artificial sweetener. I guess it's not artificial, it's a plant. It's a sweetener. Each leaf has like, is it like 300 times the potency of a teaspoon of sugar? I've got basils that have bolted, but I'm going to come through and I've got like a lemon. This is lemon basil, and of course weeds like anybody else with this couch grass. Like, my lord. Anyways, I've got basil. I have 2 different types of like regular basil in here. I've got a rosemary. I do have chamomile, and then this comfrey. Like, what is this? I have a plan for this next year. I want him out of here. In the grand scheme of things, he is taking up way too much of the quote-unquote pollinator garden, which has kind of become my herb garden. I have a plan for him. I have a space for him that I'm going to move because that's just too much. But look at these leaves. These are literally like the size of my dog right now. Like, this is my hand. Look at them. They're humongous. So not a whole other lot to tell you on this property. I do have apples. Apples are coming in strong, which I'm reluctant to actually show you this apple because I'm concerned for its life right now. But there is other ones on this tree. So we've got apples. You are a tyrant. Like an absolute tyrant. I forgot what puppy stage was like. If anybody remembers what puppy stage was like, send help. Our biggest problem has been there's mulch all underneath here. I've got this gated, but she can stick her face right through there. And our biggest problem has been the mulch because I don't want her to chew and swallow those and actually obviously puncture any of her internal organs. But we have dahlias still growing beautifully. I deadhead mine so they get nice and bushy like this. If you don't know how to do that, it's simply taking a flower head that's spent. Usually I wait till it's a little bit more spent than this, but you just simply pop the head off, discard, and that is going to basically force the plant to push new blooms. So that's that. We've got the grass. She absolutely loves the grass. And then we've got our other dahlia plant. And I am 100% this year going to save seeds, tubers, and all that stuff from here because they are just absolutely beautiful, both of them. I will show you. My plan is, so we've got our pool. Fun. We've got our stuff around the pool. Back in here, I have it blocked off right now due to dogs and children that like to get back here and pull it. Pool tubing. But back there, there's actually, I had my herb ladder back there last year, but there's a whole, I'm scared to like open this and then like invite her in because she's always trailing me, man. But anyways, there's a whole spot back there where I would love to put that comfrey because I think that would be a great spot. It gets sunlight, it's out of the way, no harm, no foul. Nobody can get into it and eat comfrey when they shouldn't. So I think that might be a good spot. But anyways, that's life around here at Ontario Garden. Yeah. What are we going to do with you? I'm telling you. This dog is going to be the death of me this summer. Follow along as we continue our gardening journey. I'll probably only do one more garden video this year because I've got so much going on. We've got the dog, obviously. I have products flying off my shelf this year. I have obviously a job outside of the home. So yeah, life is just a little crazy around here. But anyways, Phoebe says, happy gardening, everybody. We'll see you in a month when I'm probably going to be so much bigger and hopefully no one's killed me yet. I'll talk to you later. Bye!